It was 2 nights before Christmas Eve, and I came to know that I'd been backstabbed by two of the most trusted people in my life. My head was spinning, and there were all sorts of feelings, emotions gushing out of me, but all I could do was stare at the emptiness. Because I never thought my 8-year-long best friend and my girlfriend would do such a thing to me. For a whole year, I was going through hell, suffering from the guilty consciousness and hating my own self for the breakup that happened on 10th January 2018. My girlfriend broke up with me on that day, saying she has been patient for all this time, but I'm a person who is becoming worse every day. You get furious over me for the mistakes I accidentally do. You try to limit me. You always try to kiss me and touch me, and you only listen when I strictly state. I don't feel your love that you had for me at the beginning, and it seems like you only have lust. You had an overflowing love, and you were very sweet to me, but I think it's gone now. I don't want to be your girlfriend anymore. I'm breaking up with you. She said everything she wanted to say to me and broke up with me. Yet I didn't utter a single word. All I did was listen to her and accepted her decision. After the breakup, I immediately told my best friend what happened because he was also the one who helped me to win my girlfriend's heart. He is her best friend. We three were like a little group. Both of us got to know Lumia when we attended paper marking on our class after our advanced level exam. I was someone who rarely engaged with girls, while my friend was pretty good in blending in with them. All three of us got selected to the most famous university for engineering in our country. In May 2017, Lumia and I became girlfriend and boyfriend. We were happy most of the time. There were some times we argued, but we always reconciled and apologized to each other for losing one's temper. After celebrating her birthday on 7th of January, she suddenly brought the talk of breakup on the 10th. I normally said my life events to my best friend, and when he heard about my breakup, he said, "Now I don't think about the things that happened. Let some time pass, and in the meantime, I'll talk to her and try to get her back to you. But remember, you are at the wrong here. You shouldn't have scolded her and waited before being all kissing, touching, loving guy." Actually, I was very confused over her reasons for breaking up. But I told myself that if both of them, my best friend and girlfriend, says I am at wrong, maybe I am. What my best friend always said to me after that incident was, I should learn to correct my mistakes, and he is nagging not because of her, but because I must learn my lesson or otherwise again after with another girl the same thing can happen to me. Time passed. Though we broke up, we often met each other since we were attending to the same university and were in the same faculty. There was a little hate and regret in my heart towards Lumia for breaking up with me in that way, but still I respected her very much. After the breakup, I felt really bad and felt an enormous guilt for leading our relationship to a breakup. After a few weeks, it was time for the first semester exams where we get to choose our department in engineering according to the marks we score, and everybody was busy studying. I studied alone, and my best friend studied with a study group, and my ex-girlfriend was also in it. One day, a few of my other friends called my best friend traitor in front of me. I was shocked as to why they would call him that way, and later I got to know that they misunderstood my best friend's friendship with my ex. I wasn't swayed by the claims of others until I witnessed at the second floor of library where people don't often visit, Razadil and Lumia were bending to each other and whispering so closely. As soon as I went to them, Razadil said, "Oh, did you come? Good. I was just talking to Lumia about programming tests. I'll leave you two then," and went away. I sat there and, without talking, kept looking at my ex's face for a while and went home straightly. I felt like something was going on between them, but I didn't really want to admit that because those two are my best friend and my ex, but my imagination driven me crazy and I messaged Lumia stating, "You guys should have told me. I'll never come to that floor to bother you guys again." I took mobile and dialed my best friend's number. As soon as he picked, he started lashing out on me saying I was such a to assume that sort of thing. Asked, "Is this how I'm treating the guy who helped me to win Lumia's heart?" I felt very ashamed and disgusted by my own self for suspecting them. Suddenly, Lumia took the phone and started to criticize me and said, "You are such a lowlife even to think of such an absurd thing. And do you think you are such a big shot? When I said yes to you at the time, it was Razadil who planted the idea about you in my head whom, myself, previously had nothing to do with me. Don't be so cocky." Hearing those words from the person you loved, I felt I was used to be at a wrong idea about our relationship and felt like she was forced to love me and not she willingly came to me, and it made me so much apologetic to her, just like every time I apologized. This incident happened in May. Since then, many friends of both mine and Lumia's and also Razadil's asked me, why you guys broke up? Or, is Razadil and Lumia going out? Or, why did your best friend Razadil do something like that to you? And for all those questions, all I said was, I was the reason for the breakup. I was unable to control my anger and my feelings, and she had come to the state where she had become exhausted. All of it was due to my incompetence. She was a lovely girl. She had done no wrong. Or, no man, Razadil is Lumia's best friend, and he is just there for her since she had to go through the breakup. Don't misunderstand them. Razadil is very close with me. We even sleep in the same bunk bed at our boarding. Don't talk about him like that. Until 22nd of December, I was saying above words to my friends who asked those questions from me. But the truth was, I was who was deceived and misunderstood. One of my friends who wasn't even so much close with him showed me some status photos that Razadil had posted, but when I checked, I didn't see any. I was excluded in those status lists. I called Neja-san, one of our boarding mates, who was one of the closest friends of Razadil's and mine, and asked what are these photos and why was I excluded. All he said was, man, calm down first. There must be a reason, let's just talk first. But I didn't want to talk a single word even with him. All the people that were closest to me made the fool out of me. While I was taking all the blame and defending them, they were having so much fun and laugh. At this moment I came to realize all those puzzles I didn't understand, and how I was literally brainwashed by my best friend in Lumia to think that I was the cause for the breakup, and I broke her heart, and it is I who has done the wrong here. I couldn't believe, why would they even do such a thing? This whole year I was crying inside my heart without letting tears run through my cheeks. It was one hell of a pain. That same night, 22nd, Razadil called me and said, you guessed it right, bro. And I asked, what? Yes, me and Lumia was going out for more than 3 months now, and everyone said us to tell you about this, but I didn't want to as I was waiting for an appropriate time. I felt so much anger inside me, not because my ex-girlfriend is going out with my best friend, just because both of them were deceiving me and used me to clear their names and brainwashed me to suffer through a hell of a pain. But does it matter anymore? Is it even worth talking or lashing out on such people? I didn't lose my cool, I just said, it would be better if you guys told me at the beginning without making a fool out of me. Congratulations to you two. I hung up. I was pleased to know that I'm not the one who broke the girl's heart and ruined our relationship as I was feeling guilt for all this time. But it was such a hard blow to be betrayed by your most trusted people. By my 8 years long best friend and my first beloved. Also, those I thought were closest friends of mine never told me anything, but it was my other friends whom I didn't even spend much time make me realize the truth. Now I am unable to trust anyone because I don't want to be betrayed again in such a disgusting way ever again. Do you guys have any advice for me? If so, please tell me. It would be much of a help rather than taking poison from your closest. Please comment your ideas or advices as they are highly appreciated and very useful to the people who are in need. And if you have a story, also please share with us. Your experience can help a lot of people out there. Use the below link to submit your story. With another story, see you next time.